Hey everybody, Geek Protagonist. Yo, check it out. This is my buddy. He gave me a Venom shirt. Pretty cool shirt. Problem is I've, between that and the time I've lost a lot of weight, and this is like a 3X, so this thing is huge on me, if you could tell. So went to see Venom: The Last Dance. I'll keep this short, but I want to show you something cool. So I'll put this in a like video. This one I paid $15. They had a Jason one, but I didn't see it anymore. And I like Pennywise, and I wanted to get the Jason one, but money's been crazy right now. I'm in debts, but it's like $15. That was awesome. And all right, going to the movie. Venom poster. I'm doing a front-facing camera, so sorry if it's backwards. Smile poster for Smile 2, which hopefully by that point my review for that goes up. And we also got a cool Venom pen. Yeah. Anywho, so the reason I'm here today is to talk to you about Venom: The Last Dance. So saw this movie, and here's my thoughts and everything on it. So one, I personally thought the movie was very enjoyable. Oh, sorry, got the door open here. I thought it was very fast paced. It was like 90 minutes. Multiple after credits. Just so in case you're wondering. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to first tell you things. I'm going to tell you a couple of things. I'll tell you what I thought about the movie. Now, the movie was very funny. You got to really get to experience more of like Eddie and Venom's relationship and like who they are, how it is, the idea of the symbiotes and where they were. Very enjoyable, very fast paced, a lot going on. No, what's name is, and this is not a spoiler, this is just to help you out. Some people were questioning, no, it wasn't Doc Connors. It just happened to be the same actor. But overall, action was pretty good. The story itself, how it progressed, to me, I thought they did a very good job where they were going. They introduced a lot of new elements. There was characters like Dr. Payne, who was a villain, but they in the comics, but they kind of changed it. But I see why they changed it. It was like instead of the brother, the sister survived, and this is where they went and stuff like that. And Chitafor, I think that's what I'm saying his name correctly. He's a character that's from the Venom comics, but he played this general. They kind of utilize these characters to say, hey, if you're a comic book person, you know who that character is. But they made some tweaks and stuff as they've done in there. I was okay with it. It didn't bother me, but they could have called them anything and they would have got the same result. So that was more of a fan servicey thing that I was like, that doesn't make or break it. I was just like, y'all could have did it, but you were fine. I was fine with it. It was cool to go, oh, that character and Void and then. If you like seeing symbiotes, there was quite a few symbiotes in this movie. Not as many as you would thought. And Mulligan is not who I thought he was going to be. So just wanted to point that out. Overall, you get to see Eddie. You get to learn about Venom and how they do stuff. And the story is the whole kind of a MacGuffin thing. And one thing leads to another. Basically, I'm trying to think of the things to say without spoiling it. It's a very fast-paced movie. There is a part that my friends everyone says they slowed down on. I didn't think the slowdown was really that bad. I actually felt the way they were going, they needed it. But like, for example, Fiennes and his family, they kind of did this thing, but it's like these guys are on the road because they're on the run. They were introduced specifically for a reason. Like, that was the whole thing. That family was there to be something. Basically, it's one of those things like, remember in Avengers, Ashley Johnson's character? She was kind of there. They kind of did a focus, but in all actuality, she could have been anybody. But it was Ashley Johnson because it was Ashley Johnson, so it stood out. And they kind of introduced her there specifically to have her be saved and say that the Avengers are heroes. That thing, that was like that. Venom and Eddie's relationship is just top-notch tier all the time. I don't care what anyone says. I just love that those two, their banter, their bicker. The things you got to see them deal with. They made the multiverse joke, which was funny. Any movie that also saves dogs and cats and pets, you're going to get at least a couple points from me, because that's just the way I am. Um, but they added a lot to the universe, and then you got to understand more why the symbiotes were showing up. Now, I'm going to say something that's going to be odd but true. I feel like whoever, when they went with this one, they kind of abandoned the idea of the first one. So the first and second one was supposed to be Venom being established. He was fighting with his name, and it was supposed to be like, okay, we're dealing with bad symbiotes. And then it was kind of like he was going to become the Lethal Protector, which they did do the Lethal Protector thing to a degree. They did. But it's kind of like they kind of got away from the superhero portion and tried to go a different direction. Personally, I didn't think it was bad. I felt like it was a good send-off, but at the same time, it could have also, where they didn't do the ending, it could have been like a middle movie too. But I'm going to tell you now, this is definitely not the last time we're seeing Venom. I'm just, no. One way, shape, or form, some way, shape, or form, Venom is too big of a character. And what I mean by that is, remember, they still have the MCU. And there's no way they're going to do Spider-Man without a black suit. Now, I don't know if it's going to be this version of Venom. It easily could be, the evil version or whatever that, but I feel like we're going to get some way, shape, or form of Venom, just going on in the future, but maybe not in the Sony verse, or they're going to do something beyond. There's still a lot of symbiotes they could do. They could definitely do Toxin or something. To me, the movie was fun. I like a movie where they're on the run. You got to see them do stuff. The road trip was very more isolated to those characters, so they didn't hark back to a lot of the past things. It definitely feels like a different movie, besides like the Miss Chen thing and stuff. But I just feel like the best way I can put it, I enjoyed the movie. And if you like the first two movies, this one will probably be all right. I do think I actually like Let There Be Carnage. For all of its shortcomings, I really enjoy Let There Be Carnage. I don't care. I know some people are like, oh, Carnage is stupid. No. Let There Be Carnage was fun. It could have been better rated R. They did what they did, but that's a movie that I'm like, you could have done better rated R. And they changed like Cletus thing a little bit, and I understood why. Because if this wasn't going to be something that was going to be like an ongoing big universe, why not do it that way as a one and done? They could have, but I still like Let There Be Carnage. But I do have to say, I think overall, the heart of this was better. To me personally, it got a little emotional at certain times where you really did feel. Now, it wasn't like Logan level or like Iron Man level, but it was up, like you felt it. It was like, wow, that was a little rough, like to see, because you really do get to see Eddie and Venom's relationship and what they truly do mean to each other over everything else. And it was interesting. This movie definitely was a jumping point for other things too. Because like I said, if you like symbiotes, you're going to see symbiotes. If you see why and what's going on, that's something. But it's like they did kind of shift gears a little. So with that, the movie was fun. And I think if you like the previous Venom movies, you're probably going to like this movie. Personally, I said this movie is a good time. I enjoy the Venom movies. They're just movies I enjoy. They're like throwback 2000s. I thought this one had a lot of heart and everything. I felt like it did break the formula a little, but I don't think it was a terrible thing. But I think for what they were doing, it could throw a little of things off, because it could have been like, this could have been the start of a new arc if it wanted to, kind of thing. But it did what it did, and there's a lot. So like I said, good time. Now I'm going to hit something that's not really technically spoils, but a light spoiler. So this is okay. Just so I'm going to tell you a couple details. 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Okay. Null is barely in the movie, but Null was awesome at the same time. And now this was an introduction to Null being a background character for later. Like, Null was probably in the movie for like maybe 30 seconds overall. Null, it was supposed to be like, okay, this is Null. Null is dangerous. They stopped Null for now, but this is not forever. Null is going to become something, and they set that up. Also, they set up a couple of the symbiotes to show you like they could make other symbiote movies beyond Venom. That's the thing that they could do, or they could do Venom, like they could always bring Venom back or anything, but I feel like they want to go beyond Venom, and this one definitely showed that other characters could. But we'll see. Venom is a household name. There's a little bit of roughness to that, so they could, but we'll have to wait and see. Think of what else. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You're not getting a lot of Venom in the suit. However, Venom, when Venom comes on, is fun. The third act was very heavy, but you get a lot of Venom's personality, but you don't get a lot of Venom in this one. But this definitely set up some things in the future, so we're definitely going to see how this pans out. But that's pretty much it for me. I had a good time with it. That's pretty much it. If you like the previous, like I did my best. If you like the previous ones, you'll probably like this one. If you didn't, this ain't going to change nothing. Geek Protagonist, you stay safe, you stay healthy, stay real, and I'll see you.